Hold on.
Okay, guys, we got Skip here. So straight to questions. Jeff, go ahead. Jeff, you just muted yourself.
It's one thing to win one of these bullpen games on Sunday, but to do it on a Friday when you're going against somebody's ace, that's a little bit of a different story. So, what do you think about being able to do that tonight?
Well, we're going to have to do it, and just the circumstances that we're dealing with right now. It's not going to be conventional, and I've said we've got enough pieces to still throw together some really, really quality innings. It may not be from an extended standpoint of a guy that has the experience of some of the guys that we lost, but the pieces are still there as long as everybody's doing their job. And so, not the most conventional way to do it, but nonetheless, guys were pitching aggressively and throwing strikes. As you said, against we thought it would be a low scoring game, but that's going to be our formula. So I mean, whether it works or it doesn't, that's how we're going to have to do it. And we're gonna go with the side that we still feel like we can get it done doing it this way.
Very good.
Tracy, Will Levine continues to look like a really improved arm, and just with the fastball control to the off-speed stuff, everything seems to be far, far better than it has been in the past. Can you kind of just describe the progression that he's made over the last, I don't know, even several months, however long it's been, and just what it's been like for you to see him kind of grow up in his role?
Yeah, we've got a great pitching coach. We'll start there. JK's got a tremendous plan for each one of these guys, but the credit goes to Will because he's put the work in, and he's bought his time over the first few weekends, didn't hang his head, but now he knows we're gonna have to rely on him because of some of the injuries, and he stepped up. But he's a third-year player. His progression has been really, really good. But he prepares, he works hard, he's got good stuff. It's a good arm. I mean, it's not an accident that he's having success, and what I like about him, probably the most important thing, is the confidence is there now, because he knows, hey, I'm going to get the ball every weekend in probably high leverage situations. And we've talked about, we're going to have guys step up, and early indications he's done a really good job of stepping up.
Alex.
Hey, Coach, what's the strategy behind going towards a bullpen game on a Friday night instead of maybe using Tyler like last week?
Well, I mean, we're short on pitching. We lost some guys. So the whole plan at this point, we want to keep the bullpen intact. And Tyler traditionally has been a high pitch count guy. Anyway, but we feel like we've got quality guys that if we do it and everybody does a good job in their role, which is going to be an inning or two, it's going to be quality stuff on a Friday night regardless. And it just allows you, because then if you have to extend the bullpen on a Friday and using different guys, it gives them the bounce back day that you can bring them all back on Sunday. So.
Gunnar.
Hey, Coach, I'm curious to know, what is this team's ceiling when everything is clicking on all cylinders like tonight?
Well, baseball has a really good way of humbling you when you start feeling fat and sassy. So what I think our ceiling is we're going to take it one game at a time, and we're going to be as good as we can be and continue. We made some mistakes tonight throwing. We made a couple mistakes defensively, but yeah, I like the way we're playing. But it's a long season, and we want to be good and clicking by the time we hit conference. But it's going to be challenging. We've lost a lot of innings that we have to replace. We know that. So it's going to be a little bit untraditional, but I like our mentality right now, because our mentality is, it doesn't matter what circumstance you throw at us, we're going to find a way to get it done. So I think that answer is yet to be defined. I think we'll know that probably come May, sometime, what this team's ceiling is. But right now we're playing We're playing good baseball. More importantly, we're playing good team baseball.
Yeah.
Before you started hitting the home runs tonight, you kind of scratched out 3 runs there that really were pretty significant because, like you said, you thought it was going to be a low-scoring game. So just what were your thoughts on those early runs that kind of gave you a little bit of a cushion?
Yeah. Well, even when we weren't scoring, I loved how we came out. We hit some balls hard, particularly in the first inning. Like, I thought we set the tone that we were going to be very aggressive offensively, and our guys did a really good job of that. But yeah, once we got a couple across, we were like, okay, because he hasn't given up a lot. That was big. We knew we had a lot of baseball game left, but then once he got knocked out of the game and we were able to extend the lead, you certainly felt better about your chances. But, I just keep, just like we said to the team, like, hey, man, we did a great job tonight. Let's feel good about it for a little bit, but it ain't going to be that easy again tomorrow. They're going to throw another good arm at us tomorrow. So we need to bring that same competitiveness, the same energy, the same focus into tomorrow night, and not sit and think this thing's going to be easy, because it's not.
Backloaded.
Hey, Coach, Aubrey Major has been struggling out of the gate a little bit. How great was it for you and the staff and the rest of the team to see him kind of bust out of that a little bit tonight?
Yeah, it was good. It's good for us. It's good for him. We need him to get going a little bit because he's got the ability to change the game with one swing, as you saw tonight. So, our challenge in the midst of not just the opponent that we have to face every night. The other challenge is we got a lot of good players that trying to get them in there and keep them interested, because we've got a lot of good players that are on the bench, some young guys that are going to be really, really good players here. So trying to mix and match, but yet by conference, you want to have some guys going, or at least guys you think give you the best chance to win every night. But Aubrey had a great, great off season for us. As you indicated, slow out of the gate, but we've seen it. And it's good to see him get going a little bit, because we need that.
Thank you.
Tracy, we've talked about how impressive Joe Lampe's speed is in the past, but I'm curious just what his mentality is like and what it's been like working with him from a mental standpoint, and kind of how you see him carry himself.
He's one of the hardest workers you'll ever see. He really is. I mean, he cares about winning. He does all the little things. I think every guy in the team would tell you, who's the hardest worker, who puts the most time. Joe Lampe's going to be at the top of that list. He takes care of his body. He's here for, 2 reasons, to go to school and play baseball. When you've got a skill set that he has, and you have a work ethic and a determination and a focus like that, I would assume good results are going to follow. So not surprising.
Last couple of questions. Alex?
What led to the decision to put Seth out there to start last week? And then what did you see from him then to give you the confidence to throw him back out there tonight?
Strikes, one of those things where we feel like we're playing well enough defensively. We've got a pretty good defensive group out there that if you just make the teams beat you, Seth does throw strikes. You don't want to give it away, early in the game. And we like the fact that he can come out and set the tone by pounding the strike zone, being aggressive, and really go as deep as he can. There's really no plan, other than we say we want to get a minimum of 3 outs. But if he can get us more than that, that's great, because it just shrinks, it shrinks the game and fits into the formula that we have put together that we think gives us a chance to win. As I indicated before, it's trying to leave that bullpen intact as best we can. And Seth did a really good job on Sunday and did a fantastic job again tonight.
Coach, after the game, I saw you have a little discussion with the Cal State Fullerton head coach. I was wondering if you could share just what that was about.
Well, you're mistaken. That wasn't me.
No? Okay.
Hey, Coach, on the sac fly where Lampe made it from all the way from second base to home, just the type of game-changing speed and the mentality to push the envelope there. What can you say about about that.
Well, and I apologize. I wasn't trying to be, coarse there on the last. I know with the mask on, it's hard to see, but that wasn't me on that last one. Yeah. I'm sorry, I got distracted there. What was the question? I'm sorry.
With Lampy going from second to home, just his ability to push the envelope and his aggressiveness, how much is it good to see to go along with the power hitting tonight as well?
Yeah, well, he's done that. I mean, I and Kai did it tonight too. We've done the little things. It's like we've run the bases hard and just that. When I saw him tagging up and his first 20 feet off of second base, I'm like, I was like, Ben's going to send him right here because he was chugging. But it's that type of play. It's that type of attitude that this team, we're going to have to do that the entire year because that's the formula for us to win. We've said it a million times in this setting that we're not going to be hitting, 3 home runs a game. We're going to have to do the little things right. And up to this point, we've done a really good job of doing that.
Last 2 questions, Jacob?
Tracy, since we haven't talked to you since the news came out about Eric, I'm just curious what kind of the game plan is with him and kind of what the situation is.
Well, we're still in we're in a wait and see pattern with him again because we've had multiple things. We'll release probably the final determination on what's going to happen or what his plan is. But right now we're preparing as if we're not going to have it. And, I'm not taught. It's unfortunate timing for him. It's unfortunate timing for us and all the guys that we've lost. So I think we'll be in a better position to answer that in its entirety. I would say sometime Monday, but no later than Tuesday.
Alex?
Without JK there tonight, how was it maybe different for you, different for the pitching staff?
I had to work tonight. Everybody, it's all hands on deck. We said that from the get-go. So, a little different for me, calling every pitch and all that. But, when the game's going on in a normal setting, we're conversing about pitches anyway. And so JK and I talked today over the phone and kind of mapped it out and we're able to execute exactly what, and he makes it easy for me because the guys are prepared. He does such a good job with those guys during the week that, calling pitches honestly is pretty easy. It's all the other stuff that goes in ahead of time. It's the hard stuff. So I got to be the hero tonight and just push the buttons. He did all the hard work.
Thanks, dude.
Good night.
We got Seth Tomczak coming up here. Go ahead and use the raise hand function.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, Seth, was it conveyed to you before the start tonight that you were probably only going to go 2 or 3 innings?
Yeah, the plan originally was for me to go 6, and if I can extend that, that's a plus for me. So, yes, it was conveyed to me that I would go 2 to 3.
Alex.
Hey, Seth, what was it like to get the news that you were starting your first game on Sunday? And then after that performance, how would you say you sort of translated over to tonight?
I thought it was great. Getting the news to start on Sunday kind of came to me as maybe a bit of a shock for the fact that, I don't know, I hadn't pitched in a game yet, but I was ready for the challenge and then I threw good. So getting the start on Friday wasn't as shocking to me.
Yeah.
What does this say about the rest of the bullpen that you guys were able to kind of patchwork to use a kind of a patchwork approach and still throw a shutout tonight?
I feel like a lot of our guys in our bullpen are top tier arms. So I feel like it's not really surprising to me that we can get a shutout using most of our bullpen.
Questions?
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, now we got Joe Lampy. Jacob, go ahead.
Hey, Joe, can you kind of just talk about the what's going through your mind when you're on second base and the ball's hit to right field? Are you thinking you're going to round third and just go for it? Like, where is your head at in that situation?
Yeah, I'm preparing to not stop, especially when I see that right fielder drifting to the right field corner and he catches it and my head is down and I'm going full speed. It's on BG to stop me because if they're able to get the ball in and have a perfect relay and I take a hard turn and get backpicked, and hats off to them. But pretty much 10 out of 10 times I'm going to take that chance.
Alex.
Hey, Joe, how often have you scored from second base on a sacrifice fly before?
It's actually the second time in my career I've done that. Pretty much. It's just a good vibe, honestly.
Jacob.
Can you kind of just talk about your mentality with the team overall and kind of how you feel like maybe your approach, whether it's at the plate or on the bases, whether or not it embodies kind of what the team is trying to do right now?
Yeah, I think we got to play every single pitch with a chip on our shoulder. We obviously don't have that powerhouse offense that we're used to having at ASU, but I think the way we go about our work each and every day to prepare for the game, and especially Friday's game, is what helped us get this win today. Like Coach Early had us doing velo machine and a lot of stuff to pretty much prep for what I would say is a pro arm that pitched tonight, and we were really comfortable, slowed the game down a lot, and it's a lot of credit to this coaching staff.
Raymond.
Hey, Joe, what's your mentality about taking on the role as kind of a second leadoff hitter in that 9 spot?
Yeah, I came here to do whatever was asked of me to help this team win games. As long as I'm in that lineup, that's all that matters.
Alex.
Tonight, you guys got started offensively by sort of doing the smaller things, moving some guys over, sacrifice fly, one run on a wild pitch, and then sort of the power came out. Would you call this maybe sort of kind of the best of both worlds, kind of an offensive performance where you're able to combine the both?
Yeah. So I think on our best nights, we're going to be able to run into some balls. And if we're able to get that lead early, our bullpen's strong enough that I think we're going to keep a lot of leads and win a lot of games.
Go ahead.
And you said, you're not much of a home run team, but tonight you had three big ones. So, and one of them being from, fellow newbie, Aubrey Major getting his first home run. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about that moment for Major, and then what you saw just from the home run hitting overall tonight.
Yeah, I was really happy for Aubrey. He had a really good preseason leading up, and sometimes it just takes a little getting used to the beginning of the season. I was pumped for him. I think there's going to be a lot more of extra base hits coming from Aubrey soon as he continues this hot streak. And as far as Hunter Jump and Sean McClain go, those guys, every day they're working their tail off in the cage. I'm not surprised.
Jacob.
As you guys start to get deeper into the season, you're nearing conference play, what are some of the things you think that you need to improve on overall, or maybe the team as a whole needs to work on overall still, that maybe you feel is not totally complete or there yet?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us is going to be from an offensive standpoint. Like tonight, what we did, we came out locked in. We came stuck with our approach the whole game. Kind of, for example, what we did against Hawaii, we were locked in for the first 4 innings on that pitcher. Got across 2 runs, had some quality at bats, but we kind of went quiet for those later innings on that Friday game, and ended up coming back to bite us, and we gave up the runs late. What we did tonight was keep pouring it on, and we did a really good job of that by giving the cushion to our bullpen. And I think we're going to, like I said earlier, we're going to win a lot of games if we're up by 4 or 5 runs going into the 6th or 7th inning because our bullpen's elite.
How are you kind of pushing that message to your teammates? What are you specifically doing to kind of champion that mentality and to make sure that everybody's kind of on board with that?
I think Skip and Coach Early do a really good job. The whole practice plan is pretty much based around us staying within ourselves, us staying with our approach, and we go over everything multiple times before the game in the Omaha room when we're meeting. I think just repetition and muscle memory is what's gonna help us do that.
And you talk about just keep piling it on, and just how big was that 5th inning when you sort of really opened up the game, and what did that do for your guys' momentum the rest of the way?
Yeah, I think it honestly starts with Kai Murphy when he hit that one little infield double. I think the kind of team we are, what gets us fired up is us running the bases and taking advantage of other teams. So I think there's going to be a different guy every night that can provide a spark, and Kai was the man tonight. Thank you.
All right, we got Aubrey here. Oh, lots of questions. Jeff, go ahead.
I'm sure you've been waiting to have this kind of game at the plate. So can you just talk about that a little bit? To have 3 RBIs and hit a home run.
I mean, I just wasn't trying to overthink anything. Offensively, I've been working with Skip and early, just trying to nail a couple definitive things down, and just went out today and had success.
Jacob.
Can you kind of speak to the importance of a night like tonight for the team as a whole offensively? Because you guys were very good situationally. You had the power come through with 3 of you guys hitting home runs. What does this night do for the team moving forward from a mentality standpoint, and how important was it?
I mean, I think it's great. I mean, Fridays haven't been our best day, but we're kind of starting to turn that around. Hopefully we'll just be able to keep that momentum going the rest of the week.
Jack.
Hey, Aubrey, you and Sean both showcased some pretty impressive bat flips on your home runs tonight. Is that something that happens organically, or is that something you guys talk about pre-game?
We kind of talk about it jokingly, but I mean, once you get out there and in the moment, that's all natural.
Jack, Jack. Go ahead.
And just on a little bit more on that home run, it looked like you just knew it from the second that it was a no doubter. Just what does it feel like to get the first one out of the way for you?
I love it. I mean, hopefully that's the first of many. But it felt really good off the bat. Knew it had the air. I realized a little late that the wind was blowing in, but it still got out nonetheless.
Alex.
Hey, Aubrey, what have been some of the areas you felt like you were struggling with over the first few games of the season, and was tonight sort of a turning point, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like a timing thing with my swing. Just trying to get comfortable, get in the groove again. So I was happy to break out of it tonight.
Jacob.
Tracy had just talked about how he views somebody like you as somebody who's really important to the success of this team moving forward, and he was very confident that you would kind of be able to break out of the early season slump. What did that confidence from him do for you and your ability to kind of just stay true to yourself and your approach and all those kinds of things?
Yeah, I mean, I know for us to succeed, I know we've dealt with a lot of already this season. And so in order for us to be successful, we just got to have everyone doing their own job. I don't know. Early in the season, I was
kind of slow. But I took I think I had 2 days. I took 2 days off, just like didn't do anything baseball, just kind of like reset, just try to start over, simplify things, and just try to get in that groove again.
Anybody else? Okay.
That's it.